chill.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news. Now this, like many shows, is going to be a little bit off the wall. If you can see, I'm kind of sitting a bit weird. It's because I've got Piglet on my lap, and she's like, yep, this is where I'm living now. So this'll be fun. Also, we've got literally weeks of news to catch up on, so I'm gonna kind of do a one-take Jake, loosey-goosey, let's just get through what we can do, and then we're gonna be all up to date because there's so much stuff to talk about, and I've missed you guys. So let's first of all tackle the brand new Marvel Legends Avengers wave. We've had it previewed a little bit at a time, now we got the whole thing with a Puff-Adder Build-A-Figure. Loads of people were saying, have they just given up on the Serpent Society? Are we not doing that anymore? And then lo and behold, boom! You're looking for this? This is fun. I've had this whole wave, I gotta say, super fun. I dig it. There is not, from what I've seen of the pictures, I haven't had them in hand yet, but looking at them in person at Comic-Con and the reveals, there's no duds in here. I genuinely don't think there's... It's all killer. No filler. Everything from, oh god, I blanked on his name, but Eyeball Guy? I mean, come on. Then over to Extremis Iron Man. Ultimate Cap looks badass. You got Hydra, Baron von Strucker. You got Wonder Man in the coat. You got Black Widow, who is on the old female buck. That's a bit of a shame. But still, this is the kind of wave that I love about Marvel Legends. So much variety, so much uniqueness, unusual characters, going deep into the lore of Marvel 616. This is what I love it. I dig it. I dig it the most. Funny then to say that I actually haven't pre-ordered a single one because I'm probably not going to be here when they drop. I'm going to be in Japan, so they would just arrive in England and then sit in their boxes for goodness only knows how long. So I'm kind of glad about that too, because the whole wave, it's about $170, which is, whew, it's killer. And actually, it's too much. Like, that is what has priced me out of collecting Marvel Legends. So don't think like, oh, I'm going to just say, oh, this is all brilliant. Yeah, they are all brilliant. They look brilliant, but it's too much. It's too expensive. Four figures will cost more than $100. No. Can't do it no more. David don't play that. So before, I used to collect Marvel Legends. I would just try and collect all the Marvel Legends because that's just so much fun. Now it's like, nah, I am picking and choosing one or two here or there. And that's going to be interesting to see what Hasbro's profit and loss figures look like. Because yeah, they're charging more for the figures, but I bet they're going to sell a lot less. So we'll see. I mean, obviously it takes money to produce all these figures and ship them and sell them. So if they can make the same amount by selling fewer for more money, then that's just economics. That's business sense. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Going back to the wave, the Puff-Adder Build-A-Figure, good and bad things. First of all, kudos for an obscure character. Serpent Society makes a lot of folks happy. That's really cool. It's on the old Caliban body. And the Caliban body, when it came out, I was saying like, oh, this is such a good, versatile, big, beefy body. They should use this so much more often. And now they are. 5 years after Caliban came out and was good. Now that body feels kind of old. Now, if I want to, for a Build-A-Figure, I want some torso swivel. I want more mechanics going on there. Because one thing that really stood out to me at Comic-Con, at the Hasbro display, was looking at the Marvel Legends next to the G.I. Joe figures, next to the Star Wars figures. Now, I think about the Fortnite figures as well. So much more articulation and tooling and sculpting and work detail going into those figures that Marvel Legends look real basic in some places. They really do. And this is me coming off the back of singing the highest praises of the new Retro Beast. So it swings and roundabouts here. But what does that Retro Beast have? He's got beautiful torso swivel. He's got ab crunch. He's got cloth goods, all accessories. That's what you need. And then when you see a Black Widow you know, the Black Widow in this new wave, and she's on the old female body, compared to the G.I. Joe ladies who have the ab crunch and so much more going on. It's like, guys, you're getting left for dust. And when your figures cost $25, $26 each, it's a tough sale, man. It's a tough sale. So that's a real shame to an extent, because I would have had so much fun unboxing this wave. But hey, it is what it is. If it be that way, let it be. I don't know, I'm just spouting philosophy now. All right, anyway, let's move on to the next story. I feel so silly, like doing a sideways lean to the camera like this, but this is where Piglet is sat, and I have to work around it. So if, you know, $26 per figure isn't enough for you, don't worry. 3-0 have you covered with their brand new MDLX Rodius Prime Transformer action figure. Holy potatoes, this guy is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Don't have a price for him yet. They've just shown the reveal pictures just to showcase Rodimus in all of his glory. He looks mint, man. He looks so freaking cool. I'm not going to pick him up. Why? Because then I would start wanting to pick up all the other 3-0 Transformers, and that would get real expensive real quick, because they're stunning. They're the coolest designs. Just merging the classic G1 designs with more of a real world kind of aesthetic. Oh my god! So freaking cool. So much so that I'll even, you know, give Rodius Prime a double thumbs up, even though he's a much maligned character. Come on! You're trying to take over from Optimus Prime. That was never going to be a good fit. Still, this looks stunning. The Hell Charger is officially dead. Long live the Hell Charger. In a different form, Ramen Toys have stepped up to the plate. And in the wake of the HasLab Hell Charger, they are making their Halloween vehicle legally distinct. It's basically a Dodge Charger, just like the Hell Charger. And it's going to have all the accoutrements, all the bells and whistles that you would have got with the HasLab. But hey, you're not going to have to kickstart it, I don't think. So that's interesting. I'm still learning about this product. I'm going to splice in some more information if I find it while I'm editing this video. But yeah, it might not be an official Marvel Legend, but you know what? It's going to be cheaper. Apparently $120 is what they're charging for this car. Not $350, but $120. I mean, can't argue with that, can you? God bless your Ramen Toys. So I'm going to try and find some more information about this, but that in itself is really cool. Just a shame that we don't now have a Robbie Reyes single figure to put in it. Hasbro, you really humped the bunk with that one. You really did. Over to McFarlane Toys now, and they've shown a couple of previews. One is for Shazam, Fury of the Gods Shazam, and for a movie likeness, I mean, I think it looks really pretty. I just don't like McFarlane Toys. I don't like the way they're put together, the articulation, the style. It just doesn't work for me. But I will always give credit where it's due, because my gripes with McFarlane Toys are purely subjective. As far as an actual well-made action figure is concerned, I ain't knocking them. And this looks, it looks really good. It looks like Shazam from the movie. So they've done a great job there, I imagine. It's going to be part of a movie wave, so I'm sure we're going to get a whole bunch more to follow. But this one, kind of as a scene setter, he looks really, really pretty. And speaking of looking really, really pretty, oh my god, I've been, I know, it's become a joke and a cliche about McFarlane putting out 10,000 billion different Batmen. I hear ya. But how about one more? Just one more. Because this, for me personally, this might be my perfect Batman. Hush Batman. He looks, it's all the combination of cool, awesome looking Batman elements put together. It's the grey and the blue, but dark and mean looking. This could go perfect with my Bane Megafig. I think that might have to be done. So just looking at that, I think, all right, you know what? You're allowed to do one more Batman figure, because in this case, I think you've probably nailed it. So I'm going to be looking out for this. Over in Storm Collectibles, and finally, yes, they are continuing their Streets of Rage line. And by line, I mean one figure. We got Axel Stone over there, one of my absolute favorite action figures. And now we're getting Adam Hunter, who was actually the character that I didn't really want. I wanted Blaze. Most people, I think, were hoping for a Blaze. And hopefully this means we're going to get the core trinity of characters. I just, if Adam sells well, I'm tempted to buy Adam just to go, look, Storm, see, people want Streets of Rage. Because that worries me. If Adam doesn't sell, then they'll probably stop doing the line. But the thing is, if they did Blaze next, she would definitely sell. I guarantee ya. But, hopefully that will happen. In the meantime, though, Adam does look good. He doesn't have the insane amount of weapons that Axel has, but if you've got Axel, you don't need him to, because you can just give him some of Axel's weapons. But he's got some lovely looking power effects as well, some glowing green dragons and stuff. That's really cool. Again, looks very cartoony, which I think lends itself more to that Storm collectible style. I really, really like the look of him. No word yet on the price, but it's probably going to be that kind of ballpark as everything is moving up. Probably looking at about $80 or $90. I would have thought. A little speculation going on there. And he's going to be available, I'm just going to check my notes, Q3 2023. That's when you can look out for him. So I'm guessing Blaze, she's still a good couple of years away. Super 7 are diving back into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Wave 9, and this is possibly the most bonkers, random assortment of figures I think I've ever seen since the Puff Adder wave. So this is a good time for just bizarre figure selection choices, and I ain't mad about them because they're all super fun. But let me read off all the different ones here because it's just from all over the place. First of all, we've got Zack the Neutrino, okay, and again, he looks cool. Then we got Slam Dunkin' Don, which is a weird, deep dive from the latter years of the original action figures. Then Wingnut and Screw Loose, who are actually a really fun pair, but that's going more into, I think, the comic book side of things. Then Scumbug, and honestly, I can't remember. I think he is more of a cartoon one, but I'm sure he's in the comics as well. And then finally, they've got Splinter in his original mid-80s action figure design guys, maybe early comic book design as well. It's just grabbing different things from all over the place, but I gotta say, if you are a Turtles collector and you enjoy having just a bizarre assortment of characters from all different corners of the Turtleverse, is that what you can call it? Then these guys look great. I mean, they do look great. Looking at the comparisons with NECA, you got the Scumbug and you've got the Wingnut and Screw Loose. You can see how the different lines do the characters, and I gotta say, Super 7, I love the way they look. They look beautiful, gorgeous, like cartoons hopped off the... I guess off the page. Cartoons hop off the TV screen, I guess. Regardless, these figures look terrific. Now, this will be a fun one to cover. 4 Horsemen Studios have given us a new wave of Mythic Legions. And I mean, I've been saying this about a lot of things, but God, they look stunning as well. They look so good. I'm not going to pre-order them because I'm not going to be here when they arrive in about a year and a half, 2 years time, whenever it is that they do drop. But oh my goodness, they look absolutely glorious. I'm going to try and read off the different names here, so bear with me on this. First of all, we have Belualyth. We have Belualyth. Then we have Sir Adalric. Sir Adalric, that's pronounceable. Then we've got the Tupically. The Tupically? We've got the Tupically. Then, this is a nice easy one. We have Sir Elijah, followed by Sir Gideon Heavensbrand II. Again, I can handle that one. Then we got Bishop, Sir Gideon Heavenbrand's horse. Very nice. Then Undead Builder. Kind of like Bob the Builder, but undead. Then we have Maxilius the Harvester. That's kind of badass. Then we have Sir Uxjack. Sir Uxjack. We'll go with that. Then, finally, penultimately, we have Necronominus. That sounds like a Transformer name. I dig that. That's cool. And then finally, we have Conobus, who is Necronomicus's skeletal horse. A skeletal horse. 4 Horsemen Studios, man. You're so freaking good at what you do. I mean, we got to pay for it. It ain't cheap, but man, they look pretty. Go over and check out the 4 Horsemen Studios website. You can go through all the pre-orders and see how much this one's going to cost you. And if you still got a few $100 cluttering up your wallet that you want to get rid of, you could always get yourself a Godzilla Tokyo SOS statue. Hoo-ha! Premium scale, from Mondo. Again, freaking gorgeous. Normally I would have edited this, but I have a hot puppy on my lap who's like a hot water bottle, and I'm dying here, so let's plow through this news, shall we? So this is going to be retailing for $585, which actually, for a statue, it's not insane. Especially when it looks so pretty. Got different tails and Mothra larvae and all sorts of things. It's cool and funky. And that's going to be released around about the third quarter of next year. Check it out. Over in TV news, and Disney Plus are in the process of making, again, no edits here, they're in the process of making a Wonderman TV show. This is a good time to be a Wonderman fan. We got a great looking Marvel legend, and now he's hitting the not so silver screen. And he's going to be played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. So I'm not familiar with this actor, so I can't say whether or not he'll be good, bad, or indifferent for the role. Usually, I think the Marvel castings are normally pretty excellent. I don't think there's anyone who have been like, that person sucked as that character. So yeah, that's a good question actually. Comment below, let me know if there's any casting where you think someone was completely miscast for a role. Because I think on the whole, Marvel and Disney, they're pretty darn good at matching an actor to a character. So that's all we know about this show at the moment. I think a few more people have been announced for the cast, but they're not any names that I'm familiar with. Still, it's nice to see more projects getting announced. So far, it's been a real mixed bag as far as the quality of these shows, but Wonderman is an interesting, fun, unusual character, so we'll see what they do with him. Now, one that I am excited about is a new Friday the 13th TV show. Yes, Paramount have partnered up with A24, I do believe, who are like synonymous with making good horror movies. They're behind The Lighthouse, Hereditary, Midsommar, really, really cool stuff. So this is very exciting. And also, they apparently can use Jason as well, although I'm not sure if they will do because it's a prequel show. The showrunner, though, or the executive producer, I think, was the showrunner on Hannibal. And Hannibal was an incredible TV show. So it's got some good quality people behind it. Now, of course, the whole premise, or the whole selling point of Friday the 13th is giant dude in hockey mask with a machete, Jason Voorhees. And if it's a prequel, I'm already a little bit less interested, but I'm still interested. It's more lore for the franchise and more to the point. It's just something with Friday the 13th because the legal ownership has been up in the air for so long, with the original writer battling the original director to be like, oh, well, I own this, but you own that. And basically that's why another Friday the 13th movie has been in development hell for the last decade or so. So the fact that we're getting a TV show that actually apparently can combine all the elements together means that the door is now hopefully open for more Friday the 13th movies, more games, more comics, more fun stuff to kickstart this franchise again. And that makes me really happy. Less good news for campers though. News that makes me less happy is that Venom 3 will be directed by Kelly Marcel. You wonder who Kelly Marcel is? Well, Kelly Marcel is responsible for writing the first two Venom movies. So that doesn't fill me with high hopes, because those first two movies were poopy garbage. To put a sophisticated term on it, they were poopy, smelly garbage. And the first Venom was disappointing, and the second one was absolute toilet water. I know that some people enjoyed it. I don't understand that. I've had various people defend Let There Be Carnage to me, and I'm like, why? Why do you want this to be the hill you die on? You know? Still, we're getting a Venom 3. I wish someone could just come up to Sony, Mr. Sony, and be like, just stop. Just stop. Just give it to Marvel. Just take some money. Let Marvel do it, okay? You can do Spider-Verse. You're good with that. Don't know why that's good and everything else is toilet water, but stick with Spider-Verse. Let Marvel handle the live action. We can finally get some good movies. Okay? Okay. Over in pro wrestling news, some fun little hints being dropped that we may be seeing. Naomi and Sasha Banks return to WWE. So for those not in the know, Naomi and Sasha Banks, they were the women's tag team champions, and they straight up quit, like in the middle of Raw, or just before Raw went on air, because they were like, you don't know what you're doing with us, you're wasting our time, and you're squandering our talent, we're out. And now that Vince Diddler McMahon is no longer the main person in charge, Triple H is there, and he's like, it's okay, can come back, we're not as bad of a company as we were. We're still bad. I mean, we're still a global mega corporation that does awful things, but global mega corporation's gonna global mega corporation. Am I right or am I right? Just wait until Model Behavior goes public. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sell out in a heartbeat. Start making deals with terrible people. It'll be great. In the meantime, though, Survivor Series is taking place in Boston, which is the hometown of the boss, Sasha Banks, and they are having a women's, not Hell in a Cell, War Games match. And I think there are 3 mystery people, but 2 of those mystery people are heavily rumored to be Naomi and Sasha Banks. So if they make a big return in Boston at Survivor Series, that might just blow the roof off the place. I'm very excited to see if that happens. Gears of War is going to Netflix as a TV show, live action Gears of War TV show. Should be good. But Netflix also made the new Resident Evil TV show, and that was, how did I describe Venom? Poopy garbage. Yeah, that was the Resident Evil TV show. I know, I'm such a connoisseur and arbiter of good taste. But yeah, I love the idea of a Gears of War TV show. That could be super fun. And apparently that's also going to be followed up with an adult animated Gears of War show. Again, you're saying all the right things. You're putting all the right words into my ear hole, but you haven't proven to me, Netflix, that I can trust you. Because you had one of the greatest video game franchises of all time that's begging for a TV show in Resident Evil, and you just went completely ham in doing everything bad. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's happening. I wouldn't say I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm just cautious. But time will tell. More TV shows now. Lucasfilm and Disney Plus are going to work together on an Indiana Jones prequel show. Remember the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles? Most of you probably don't, because you weren't even born when that was on. But it was a very successful Young Indiana Jones TV show that ran throughout the early 90s, early to mid 90s. It was good. I mean, Indiana Jones, that's actually a show that kind of lends itself, or a concept that lends itself to a young prequel series. There are some things where you're like, do we need to know the backstory of this person? But Indiana Jones is a fascinating character. And you could just imagine all the different adventures he can get up to in the early 1900s. Like, that's a cool premise. So this is just in the developmental stages at the moment, but I dig it. This is one that I genuinely think you could do something fun with this. One more TV show for you. They just keep cranking these things out. Vision Quest. Yes, Paul Bettany is going to be coming back as the Vision in a separate TV show, which was kind of set up, I suppose. It wasn't kind of set up, it was set up at the end of WandaVision. Spoilers for WandaVision. I think I can get away with this now. So I'm guessing White Vision is going to be on a quest, I would imagine, to find his true inner self, hence a Vision Quest. Points for the creativity with the name, at least. I love this news because I love Paul Bettany as Vision. I think he's just one of my favorite MCU characters. He really is. And this new kind of reformatted Vision, trying to find out who he is, I think that's interesting. Got a little trippy with it, but then like hard sci-fi as well. I got high hopes for this one. This is one like more so than Wonder Man or anything. Like, this is one that kind of really has my interest. So again, very early development. We'll see what happens. Over in video game news now, and we have Mortal Kombat Onslaught. This is a new mobile game, a new RPG fighting mobile game. We've had a whole bunch of teasers and cutscenes leaked, but no actual game footage. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat right now. And I was sort of saying originally, this is the perfect time to announce a new game. This wasn't what I was hoping for, because mobile gaming, the RPG, you're not saying words that excite me. I want a new AAA PS5 Mortal Kombat game. Not that I own a PS5 yet, but give it time. But this is more Mortal Kombat is always good. but I want to see what the actual mechanics of this game are going to be like. Is it going to be like the Marvel Strike Force games, maybe? Or the Marvel, the fighting? I don't know. All I'm saying is a lot of Mortal Kombat footage, though. And that makes me happy. But just watch this space, and hopefully we'll get some more information revealed soon, because as I said before, any Mortal Kombat, that's good Mortal Kombat. Except Sub-Zero Mythologies. That was poopy toilet water. And if, like me, you enjoy the Horizon Zero Dawn / Forbidden West world, well, guess what? You're in luck, because it's very likely going to be made into an MMO. So you can just dive on in there and just play it forever. And that's kind of cool. It's just in early development at the moment, but it makes a lot of sense. This world that they've created is a stunningly beautiful, creative, unusual world that you should want to go and explore. I've only played the first game, but I dug it. As soon as I get my grubby little mitts on a PS5, I'm going to be playing the second. Basically, Zero Dawn, God of War, those are the two big ones I want to get a PS5 for. Oh, and Elden Ring. I'm still obsessed with Elden Ring. But an MMO, Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah, that could be like the next big thing maybe. Or maybe it'll be like The Matrix Online. Who knows? Time's going to tell. And that does it for good news for today. There are some more stories I want to cover, but I'm really overheating with this little puppy on my lap. Do you want to say hello? Because I'm going to have to get up to disturb you now anyway. Hey, big pig. She's a little camera shy. But yes, I'm overheating, so it's time to call this. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you got to do, don't they, pig? Yes, they know what they got to do. Can you see her red eye? Yeah, she's like the Terminator. Bless her heart. She's blind. She fell down the stairs earlier. Oh, God, it broke my heart. She's all right, though. I mean, she's made out of rubber, so she's fine. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this completely bonkers off-the-wall episode. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee. Big time coffee.